The 13th of February, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Okay, very good. So Roy was here with us for the first year, and now he had to go away, but he said he might be coming back in a half hour.
Okay.
And here comes Alan.
Here we go. Bava comma.
Baba Kama.
119A1.
Okay, so
119A1, okay. I have 118A4, okay. You're saying A1?
Yes.
okay, so we actually have another Rashi that goes on the pasuk. We learned yesterday about the din of the Moser, the one that the informer, and we said that there was a machlekes Rav Hun and Rav Yehuda whether the mammon of the Moser is the informer is forfeit or not. One said it is, one says it's not. And the one that said that it was not was because on account of the Gemora said Dilma Havale Zarabalia, maybe he will have righteous offspring, and so it wouldn't be proper to take away his take away his mammon, because it would be robbing it, so to speak, from his descendants. And we brought a pasuk in Eo as a support for this proposition over here. By the way, does everybody see where I am? I didn't even ask if you see where I am.
118A1?
This is right before the two dots. Right before the two dots, which is about halfway down on the stem of the dreidel.
So it's 119A1. It's the right-hand column. It's the second paragraph. The Gemora discusses the property of an informer.
Okay. So this pasuk is being adduced as a support for the view that we should not say that the mammon of the informer is forfeit. So this is a pasuk in Eov. Pasuk in Eov. The whole pasuk could be found in the Torah or on the inside column of your Gemora. It's the first pasuk in the lineup of over there. Yalchin v'tzadik yilbash v'kesef naki yachalok. Interesting. The Gemora puts in the word Russia makes it sound like that's a word in the pasuk, but according to the Torah or there's no such a word in the pasuk altogether. You see that? The Gemora says uksiv yochin Russia. a Russia makes preparations, meaning the father prepares to give over his property, possessions to his son. And even though he's a Russia, but tzaddik yilbash, and the son who is a tzaddik will be clothed in those possessions. But if you take a look in the Torah Or, the first pasuk in the lineup of all of the psukim that are quoted on this page of Gemora, there's a lot of psukim on this page. There's 9 psukim that are quoted. This is the first pasuk that's quoted, pasuk in Iyov, but it just says Yachin, doesn't say Yachin Russia.
In this Gemara, the article's got the wicked one prepares and the righteous one clothes himself, and is written.
Yeah, that's what it says in the Gemora.
Yeah.
In the Gemora, it quotes the pasuk is reading the Russia, but but it's not so. The word Russia does not appear in the pasuk, and you can see that in the Torah Or. The Torah Or lists the pasuk. It's the first pasuk that's listed in the psukim of the Torah Or for that page. And it doesn't include the word Russia. So but the Marshab points this out, and he also notes that the word Russia does not appear in the pasuk, like our text of the Gemara would seem to imply. But he says, nevertheless, based upon what it is that the Gemara is saying over here, it would go very well if the word Russia would be in the pasuk, and that's how the Gemara understands that's how the Gemara understands what the pasuk is saying, even though it doesn't say the word explicitly in the pasuk.
Mm-hmm.
If you have does anybody have a Eov, Sefer Eov on hand?
No, just going to get
No?
Yeah, I have,
Okay. Oh, you do?
I'm getting it.
So let's see what the it's rather unusual what the Gemara did over here. I mean, we know that we don't expect the Gemara to quote every single word of a pasuk. It often quotes as little as 2 words of a long pasuk, and leaves the rest for us to go look it up and find out what the pasuk is saying. But it generally doesn't add words that are not there in the pasuk altogether. And over here, it's critical to the pshat that we are talking about a Russia.
Yov, what is it? 27:17.
Yeah.
Okay, so it seems like it's implied. I'm looking to see if it says wicked anywhere in the context.
Maybe in the psukim beforehand, it's talking about a Russia.
He may amass money like dirt and prepares a wardrobe is abundant. He may prepare, but a righteous man will wear it, and a virtuous man will apportion his money. That's not it.
Yeah, it is. It is it, Roy. But if you look prior to that, you'll see that on verse 13, it says, "This is the portion of a wicked man with God,
20 minutes, yeah.
and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried by some other death, and his widows shall not weep, though they heap up silver as the dust and prepare raiment as the clay. He may prepare it, but the just shall put it on." So when it says he may prepare it,
Ah,
talking about the wicked person.
right. That we did mention explicitly in the previous psukim. Yeah, very good.
As a matter of interest, did you say in 13 that the brutal men will take from the Almighty?
No, I don't see that.
This is-
My
this-
13 says, "This is the portion of the wicked man."
No, I've got here brutal men. Is it as a translation? It's probably
Oh, let me look at the Hebrew.
yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Zahelek Adam Rasha.
Mm,
So the word is Rasha.
yeah.
Excuse me, I have physical therapy right now, so I have to sign off.
Yeah.
Okay. All the best, Alan.
All the
I thought
best,
you said
Alan.
later, but
Feel good
yeah,
and feel strong.
Yeah.
still going. Okay.
Feel healthy.
Treat your therapist kindly.
Yes, I will. Okay.
Don't hurt him too much.
No.
Okay.
You said treat you kindly.
Oh, Alan didn't mute.
Here, I'll.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. So what exactly does this have to do? Oh, oh, ah. Oh, okay. Very good. Mordechai Hevi b'shem Rabbo shemaman masur dafka le'abdoi asur dafka le'abdo asur aval muter le'akboi le'atzmo. Shmei bezem is kaim a pasuk yochin rasha v'tzadik yilbash. Okay.
The wicked one and the righteous one. So, what's that mean?
Alan, you're muted.
What, you asked a question, Roy?
Oh, I was just saying, the wicked one prepares and the righteous one clothes himself. What does it mean? I don't know. I still don't know what it means. 15.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I have to leave now. I have physical therapy. Okay.
Right.
So have a
Okay.
good day. Okay.
I needed to kill him.
Have a good day, Alan.
Okay. You too.
So he's righteous.
Good to see you.
Same
All the
here.
best.
Okay.
You can turn it off. Oh,
Okay, I muted him.
yeah, right.
Okay. Okay, so what it means here is in the context of the Gemora that there's one of the two opinions over here is that we should not say that the moment of a Russia of an informer who is a Russia of an informer is forfeit. And the question is, and the reasoning is based upon what it says in this pasuk in Eov. We see from this pasuk in Eov that there is such a thing as an evildoer who either knowingly or maybe even unknowingly, but that's part of the hashgacha of Hashem, that he's unwittingly preparing his possessions and his wealth and his property for his righteous son, so that the righteous son will get that property. And Hashem sounds like Hashem would welcome that would be like that. And so that's why we say that we should not declare the mammon of an informer forfeit, because even though he is a Russia, but his son is deserving. His son may be deserving. The fact that he is a Russia doesn't mean that his son is going to be a Russia also. His son can decide to be a tzaddik.
Mhm.
And so therefore, this opinion says we should not declare the property of an informer as being forfeit. We should leave him with the property and allow him to hold on to his property and possess his property, because maybe his son will be righteous, and then he will if we will take it away from the father who's an informer, it won't go to the son. Okay. Now, yeah. Oh, so actually, we went. We saw this Gemora with Rav Chisda and his Oris. That's the Gemora after that, but we didn't see that Rashi that we. There's a Rashi over here. Yeah, Korah Anafshe. That's the story with Rav Chisda and his Oris.
Why is that in brackets? Korah Anafshi. I've got that in brackets in the Rashi.
Where are you reading, Roy?
I'm looking
Yeah.
I'm looking in the Rashi. Am I looking in the right place?
Yes, that's right. It's in brackets.
Why?
It's in brackets in the Rashi.
Well,
Yeah.
no column. Yeah.
Oh, I see it.
Where is it? Where is it in the? Where is it in the?
In the Gemora, it's the next story with Rav Chisda. After the two dots is the story with Rav Chisda and his Oris that we read yesterday. So we said that
Might be on the other side, on the other one.
maybe we'll read this story over again. So we'll get ourselves prepared to understand this Rashi. So Roy, you want to read Rav Chisda, Havale Hahu Arisa?
Roy, the answer to your question is that it's on page 119A2.
Yeah, I thought so.
On the left-hand side, the second line on the page, it says Kara Anafshe.
Oh yes, I see. And yeah. Oh, why is it?
Okay.
It's not on these. All right. Okay. Yeah, almost all right. 17. All right.
Okay.
The Gemara relates an incident involving the property of a sinner which came into the hands of a righteous person. Okay, so we're redoing this. Rav Hista Hava Lei Ahu Arisa Arisa. Rav Hista had a sharecropper, Bahava, to kill the to kill the shokil, who would weigh the produce and give Rav Hista his share, weigh the produce and take, turning over now, I think it's for himself. We're not managed to tell you that. Can't get a grip on the page. Oh, right. So he would weigh the produce and give Rav Hista a share, and weigh the produce and take for himself his share. Salkaya, Rav Hista removed him from his position, Kara Anafshe, and applied to himself the verse the Tzipon Letzadik Chil Chate, and stored away for the righteous man is the wealth of the sinner. Okay.
Okay, there's a question over here. Why is this Oris a sinner? What did he do wrong over here?
Didn't we say something about that he took for himself his share and would make sure he got everything that was owed to him, maybe plus, but only give Rav Hista exactly what Rav Hista is supposed to get.
So is there something? Is that an avera to do that?
You got to look at the Rashi.
He took extra for himself.
There's a Rashi.
What?
There's a Rashi that explains that according to the footnote.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Is that
It says that he took 50%, and most people took a third.
oh, right.
Okay, so what you have to understand is that is a different pshat.
What do you mean?
Because if you take a look at Rashi, takil b'shakil. He weighed and he took.
Hmm.
He says takil b'shakil lenafshe. He weighed and he took for himself. Medaktek b'chaluka be'eno mavater mechelko klum. He was very exacting with his portion that he received for himself, and he wasn't mavater at all from his. He didn't forego. He didn't forego or give up or give in on any part of his chelik. Okay? So I'm asking, and I see that
Rabbi Levitt, you're muted.
okay.
Oh.
As I was saying, the Marsha asked this question. and before we say what the Marshal's question is, I just want to point out to you that that's the first thing that Rashi says. That's his explanation of the Gemora. Now, after Rashi says that, he says Lashon Acher.
Lashon Acher means
Lashon Acher means another interpretation of the story. In other words, that doesn't go into the first thing that Rashi said. It's a different interpretation of the story. The first
says that he was very careful about getting precisely what he deserved, and the second interpretation says he took half.
Yeah. So the Marsha is asking,
what's wrong with taking half?
No. That we understand that there is something wrong with that, because he's taking a half when the prevailing custom of the Arisim in that locale is to take a third. That's the lishna acher. That's the lashon acher of Rashi. Let's read the Rashi again. Takil v'shakil. He weighed it out and he took. Lenafshe, says Rashi, for himself. Medakdek b'chaluka. He was very exacting in his allotment. Ve'eno mavater, and he didn't give in or forego mechelko from his allotted share, klum, anything. Okay, that's the lishna kama. That's the first explanation that's given by Rashi of the Gemara. Then Rashi says lashon acher. Lashon acher means that Rashi is saying, I'm going to tell you now a different way of explaining the Gemara, which is not connected to the first way that I explained the Gemara. Lashon acher. This is a different explanation of the Gemara. Lashon acher, meksa haya notel. How much did he take? He took a half. He took a half of the produce. So you'll ask, so what's wrong with that? Rashi explains what's wrong with that. The derek shar harisim, but it was the prevailing custom in the way of all the other sharecroppers, lito shlish, to take only a third. So in other words, there we understand what that this Oris is really taking more than he deserves.
Still, I question calling him a Rasha. And he's not stealing it. He bargained himself a good deal.
Okay, so you're even asking a question on the second pshat. The Marsha is asking a question on the first pshat.
Right.
The first pshat is very difficult to understand.
Right. Yeah,
Marsha is Marsha Tama. I'll perish there. The Marsha is in wonderment about this first explanation that Rashi brings. Is it proper to say that he's a sinner on account of the fact that he was very exacting in his allocation? And furthermore, he was not only exacting in what he took for himself, and he wasn't willing to be forego anything that he was entitled to, but he also did the very same thing for Rav Chisda. He also weighed the produce and made sure that Rav Chisda got exactly what he was entitled to, and he didn't forego giving him anything that he was entitled to. This is very difficult to understand according to this pshat. Why this person is called a sinner? That's the Marshal's question.
Mhm.
Okay, he's got another question, but we're going to have to hold it
Mhm.
for the time being. We're in the middle of this story over here. So Bekitzer, we got 1 minute left. The Gemora says Solke. It says that Rav Chisda terminated him. He removed him from his post of being his sharecropper. V'kora anafshe, and he called on him the following pasuk in Mishlei: B'tzafun l'tzadik chel chote. And the implication of the Gemara of the pasuk that Rav Chisda quoted on himself, in other words, he said the pasuk on himself that he took the portion of the Oris who had sinned. So we'll see exactly what that means tomorrow.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Good, thank you.
All the best, everybody.
Right.
Feel
Have a
good.
good day.
See you tomorrow.
Feel good. Everybody feel good.